Bases full of Springfield runners in the 0-2 home. Check swing, strike three, called over the outside corner. Fist pump from Cardozo. He fans two to get out of the jam in the sixth. 3 balls, 1 strike. Walls comes to a set at the belt in the pitch. Swing and a ground ball past the second baseman into right field for a base hit. Around third, coming in to score with a headfirst slide is Babineau. It's a walk-off single for Ty Balan, and Wheaton wins it 10-9. He's mobbed by his teammates at first base. They've tackled him at this point, but who cares? Wheaton wins both ends of the doubleheader today. As for Aylward, he is 8 for 8 on steals. So no surprise he's the choice to pinch run for Toth, the guy who can move. Pretty big lead. Check on him at first. He's out. He's picked off first base. Danaski is 12 for 15 on stolen bases, so he is a threat to run as he takes that big lead again at first in the 1-0 home. Swinging a line shot left field. Lewis going back. It's going to be over his head and up against the wall. Danaski being waved home. Throw coming in from Jones to the plate. Balan with the tag. He is out at the plate. 0-2. Lions down to their last strike. Time being called. And there was a pitch clock violation, I believe. Now the pitch clock violation is called on Babineau to end the game. Mickey Garcia, the third base umpire, who was keeping the clock, said that Babineau got out of there, and Tischler is out there to argue. He's screaming at Garcia along the first base line. That is how this game will end. All right, we go to the fourth. 2, 3, and 4 due for WPI. Aiden Cardozo back out there for the Lions. Jack Zawacki, the left fielder, grounded to short his first time. That's from the right side against Cardozo, and the first one home is swung on and missed on a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, 0-1. Cardozo winds in the 0-1, swinging a high pop-up, right field side. Babineau moving over toward the line, and he makes the catch right on the line for out number 1. Bring in Rothline, the third baseman. Struck out looking to end the first inning against Cardozo. Rothline had a good day for WPI on Thursday. He led the way with 2 hits and a run batted in their loss at UMass Dartmouth. The first pitch to him. Swinging a high pop-up, first base side behind the bag. Riley chasing out to right field. Babineau coming in, but it drops between him for a base hit. So a well-placed pop-up there from Rothline, and he has the second WPI hit of the day on first base with 1 out. Riley covered a lot of ground there, but was in no man's land. Rodriguez was headed out that direction as well from second base. Here's Jonathan Latimer, who had the other hit, singled in the second. The first pitch to him is outside ball 1. Latimer waits for the pitch. The runner bluffs and then goes. Ground ball up the middle, and it did not hit the runner. Rodriguez cannot make the play, and the Wheaton Lions are arguing for interference there. It almost hit the runner. The runner was right in front of Rodriguez. Rothline going to second, and now Dan Tischler is coming out again to argue with Ken Tachi. Now that time it looked like Rothline was stopping to pull up and not get hit with the ball. However, if he hindered or impeded Rodriguez trying to make that play, which it certainly looked like Rodriguez became confused based on his location, he has the absolute right of way there. The fielder has the right of way. So this could be called interference. The umpires are meeting, and doing a lot of talking is the plate umpire, Matt Gattani. Base runner has an obligation to go around the fielder. So while it didn't hit him, he could still be called for interference. They are not going to call the interference, and Tischler wants to talk some more about it. And he's defending his second baseman here because that's a play that Rodriguez, you would think, would have made if there was no interference. So the head coach, Dan Tischler, trying to get some further explanation from Ken Tachi. A lot of people don't understand that rule. They think that the base runner has a right to the base path or the base line, but that's not true. It is the fielder's right of way. And now Brendan Casey, the WPI coach, has his hands up along the third baseline. He wants the umpires to get Coach Tischler moving. So both guys are a little heated up here at this point with the umpiring crew as we play on in the fourth. Guess you have to score that in E4. That allows Latimer to reach. Rothline moves up to second, first and second with one out. And the first pitch home to the catcher, Shea, is in there at the knees for a called strike one. Cardoza sets. The pitch. Swing and a high fly ball, left field. Lewis sprinting toward the gap, reaches up and makes a nice catch. So Lewis grabs out number 2. And the runners will stay put at first and second. Out there at the second base bag, Rodriguez and Rothline in conversation about that play they were both just involved in. Friendly conversation there about what happened. Weird play, but not too often you see a runner trying to avoid the ball at that part of the diamond. The first pitch is fouled back to the screen by DiGiovanni, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 1. And he bats here with 2 gone and 2 men on here in the fourth. Rodriguez was very close to the second base bag, in fact, trying to make that play. He was ranging to his right. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch missed low, 1-1. And one of the other misnomers on that play is that there has to be contact. There was not contact between Rothline and Rodriguez, but there can still be interference. Contact is not required with that rule. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch. Over the inside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes now to DiGiovanni. Riley plays well off the first base bag, not holding Latimer with 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a high fly ball center field. Back a couple of steps is Lemon in front of the track, shielding the sun, and he makes the catch that retires the side. So an eventful top half of the fourth inning, but WPI, as it turns out, doesn't get a runner past second base. And we've played 3.5 at the ballpark. It is Wheaton 1, WPI nothing, as we stream on Flow Sports. All right, we go to the bottom half of the fourth. Springfield leads at 2-1. The 6, 7, and 8 due for Wheaton, starting with Dwayne Burgo Jr., the right fielder, who had a single his first time, 3rd hit of the year in limited opportunity. He's also driven in 3 runs. Mayo's first pitch to him here. Caught the inside corner for a called strike 1. Wheaton got the 1 run in the 3rd, but Mayo able to work around some traffic as he buries that one, and Burgo swings and misses over the top of it. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. In at the knees for a called strike 3. Perfect pitch from Mayo. And Burgo's gone looking. Second strikeout for Mayo, who's been a strikeout artist this year. So Wheaton has done well to put the ball in play as much as they have against him. Here is Ray Toth, the first strikeout victim, back in the 2nd. And the first pitch to him is outside ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Fouled back to the screen, 1 ball and 1 strike. One to Toth. Bounce toward third, foul outside the bag. 1 ball and 2 strikes. New head coach Dan Tischler has been pleased with this bottom of the order. Numbers not jumping off the page, he said, coming into last week, but guys doing their jobs. The pitch. Toth checked his swing. Did he hold? Yes, he did. They're going to do a very delayed check to first, and the first base umpire, Mark Furtado, now says no. If he rang him up after that length of time, dugout would have been all over him. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the pitch. Line drive, left field, down the line, base hit. Could be extra bases. Toth rounding first, thinking to. Left fielder's going to dig it out. Crocker, he's having some trouble digging it out as Toth takes an aggressive turn around second, but he'll stay there with a double. So extra bases for Ray Toth, and gives Wheaton the tying run in scoring position here in the 4th. That is Toth's 6th double of the season. In front of Evan Jones, the shortstop, who flew out to right his first time. Springfield playing him to bunt. They have the men in at the corners. Couple of checks back at Toth, and the first one home. Jones not showing bunt, chops it softly toward third. Charging is Lloyd. His play is to first, and the throw pulls him off the bag and is dropped by the first baseman. Toth will stay at third for right now as Wagner goes to collect it. Throw may have hit the runner. Basically, Jones was arriving at the same time as the throw. And that'll put men on the corners for Wheaton with 1 out. Or that, an error on the throw. And Jones is going to get some quick attention from Dan Tischler and Greg Steele, the head athletic trainer. So here's the throw did hit him. He's smiling. He seems to be all right. Umpires checking with Jones now as well. So Tyler Balan stepping in. He walked his first time. And he had a heck of a game in game number 1 with those 4 runs batted in to pace the Wheaton offense. So Mayo in some trouble again. 1 out, men on the corners. It is Toth at third. Jones at first. Check on Jones at first, and he dives back safely. Decent lead for Jones off first. He does not go as Balan swings and fouls it back behind home plate out of play. This is the guy you want to have up there today in this spot. Mayo comes set of the pitch. Swinging a chopper toward third. That is foul outside the bag. Balan will come back with the 2-strike count. Talked to Coach Tischler a few weeks ago about what he's looking for as he looks to build future Wheaton recruiting classes. Talked about recruiting the right type of people. Hard-nosed kids who want to play hard and compete at a high level. And Balan has been that personified for him in his first year. Check on first, and Jones again dives back. Of course, Balan recruited by the longtime skipper Eric Podbelski, 29 great seasons at Wheaton. The pitch is fouled back behind home plate. We'll do it again 0-2. Podbelski leaving after those 29 seasons to be the new associate head coach at Brown University in Providence. Handing the baton to Coach Tischler, who said it has been great to walk into such a special baseball culture. The 0-2. Chopper toward third. That's fair. Wild throw from third. Pulls the man off the bag at first, Wagner. The run scores in the background to tie the game. And that'll be an errant throw on the third baseman. His second in a row. Tote scores. And Belan, what does he do? He puts the ball in play. He makes something happen. And Wheaton has tied it 2-2. Not to mention he's catching 2 games behind the plate, 2 9-inning games at that. So men on first and second now with 1 out and the score tied. Back to the top of the order for Marcus Rodriguez. The first baseman is in on the grass. Third baseman on the lip. Rodriguez does not show bunt. Hits it this way toward the parking lot. And that might claim a windshield. As Rodriguez fouls it off toward the parking lot on the first base side. Little jump scare for the fans here in the first base side bleachers as well. No balls and 1 strike to Rodriguez. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop over to make the play. Goes to second for 1. On to first for the double play. Wow. Donansky made a real nice play to start that one. And Josh Mayo's going to owe him a dinner later. Mayo out of the jam, but 1 run in for Wheaton to tie the score 2-2 as we play on after 4 here at Seidel Stadium as we stream on Flow Sports.